this morning, but what are your thoughts to the others plus these that are trending? Kadi joins me now for a review.
All right, let's do this, Bukola.
Yeah.
Quite a number of things, as you mentioned earlier, and SARS is a big one, particularly because yesterday marked 4 years after the SARS incident, 2010-20. That's 2020. So 4 years after that, some people wanted to go out to commemorate the day. They were arrested, eventually released. But we'll get into all of that. Also, the question about of school children. One of the users here, Shedrack Fubara, talked about the out-of-school children, asking government to be deliberate about educating Nigerian children to end illiteracy and potential terrorists in the north. But let's talk about the president's return to the country. There's been a lot of talk about that, right? We'll get to that. But first, the federal government was asking Nigerians abroad to come back home, really, and sort of contribute to the nation's growth. And that has been a messaging we've heard time and again, and it came again this time around, and people naturally responded to it. And we'll begin with Olusegun's comment on this. And now here's what Olusegun has to say. In what capacity will they contribute? Well, there's infrastructural decay, injustices, corruption, dying economy. Let there be serious improvement in all climes before such plea could be made. Now, this is a topic I'm quite biased about, and I'm going to let my bias out on this one. First off, we've had several Nigerians, sometimes hundreds or more, inquiring about coming back home. They always tell you there is no place like home. We just had Dr. Julius Oni last week, right? Yeah. We had Dr. Oni working with Johns Hopkins saying, you know what, I'm moving back home to contribute to what's happening back here. So I'd like to first know, Olusegun, are you one of those in the diaspora or you're in Nigeria? Before I then ask my follow-up questions, because we had these people saying, well, we want to come home. These reasons are valid, I should say, but hey, no place like home. So it's important we should find a meeting point. You can come home, we'll find ways around that, but please, by all means, if you want to come home, please come home.
You know, Kaide, as you spoke about, you know, at the start of this review, as you also followed up with it, Dr. Oni's interview just, you know, flowed through my mind. And it sort of leaves you in a valley of decision if you're considering, you know, relocating to greener pastures, to other countries instead of greener pastures. So you wonder, you know, what am I going to find? Yeah. Or if I stayed, how will I contribute? And then if you hear Dr. Oni, you have a sense of duty. Like
I'm coming back home.
Yeah, a sense of duty, a sense of responsibility to build what's yours. But it's a tough choice to make. Who else is speaking this morning? We have quite a number of other writers. Peter Elu says, FG should lay down good infrastructure, security, and at least reduce corrupt government officials, that then we can have well, a tete-a-tete, I believe he's trying to say.
This next one, I particularly find it interesting. It's from this user who says, let them, referring to all government officials, start by taking all their children from wherever they are abroad back to Nigeria, and then they can ask other Nigerians to come back or go back to Nigeria. This user said.
Sure. That's a good place to start, right, Kadi? Well, Man on Steel says, if the economy was stable in the first place, they should not have been a reason to use their skills and experience elsewhere. But reverse is the case. If you like, go follow Mao.
Alrighty, as I said earlier on, I'm biased about this, so let us know what you think about it. But quickly, let's talk about the president's return to Nigeria. Returned over the weekend, and he said, well, I'm back, and I'm going to continue the work being done. So Mufasa is the first user. We're taking his or her response, saying that I hope he's back to do something about the price of petrol. And this user adds some, I don't know if it's sarcasm or as a result of the frustration, but says, if not, let him remain in the UK, because this hardship is becoming too much. How can I be paying 65,000 naira on transport in a month? Imagine if this is a minimum wage earner. Just imagine.
Even if you're in Lagos, you're only earning 85,000 naira per month as minimum wage. So you're still left with just about 20,000 naira there. To do what with? I really don't know. Okaku says, welcome back, Mr. Official Bat. That's the president's official handle. We hope your break has left you better equipped to tackle the nation's pressing challenges and alleviate the hardships faced by our citizens. A new approach is urgently needed to address these issues and bring relief to the obvious suffering. Well, that's coming through from Okaku, and Okaku is very, very correct, with his view. The hardship is continuing, and who knows where we turn a corner. But those are some of the things that you're saying this morning. There's more, but we're pressed for time at this particular point, and we're moving on with the conversation.